Yes, your screen is visible.
A very good afternoon to my fellow classmates and respected ma'am. Dr. Tina Trivedi. I'm Kush Maronia, roll number 55, a second year student from Comms department. We, as a team, are here to present a mini tutorial as a part of academic structure in 2020. Without any further ado, let's get started. So, our topic for today is inverse Laplace transformation. To be specific, we are going to study about its application to solve initial and boundary value problems involving ordinary differential equations. Friends, if you haven't heard about this topic, there is nothing to worry about because we are going to start this tutorial from scratch. So this is our team set as of today. Isha Panchal, Dakshata Nalavade, Kush Marvanya, that's me, Gaurav Pandey and Abhishek Patra. Now, let's quickly dive into the topic. Before we start with the topic, it's necessary to know some basic definition or a rough idea about the topic. So, a question. What is inverse Laplace transformation? To understand inverse Laplace transformation, let us understand Laplace transformation. We have learned in class that we apply Laplace transformation on a function of t, or by using Laplace transformation any function of t gets converted into function of s. It means if I am applying Laplace transformation on f of t, then we get a function of s. And if we apply Laplace transformation on f of t, that means we find out the definite integral of this f of t and get an answer as phi of s. It means it gets converted into function of s. So this is what we have learned in Laplace transformation. Now, I would like to say this exact reverse process, I would rather say, will happen for inverse Laplace transformation. It means if we apply an inverse Laplace transformation on the function of s, then we get a function of t. Which means if I take this Laplace transformation on the right hand side, then it will be the Laplace inverse of the function of s. If we find out inverse Laplace of any function of s, then it will get the function of t. So this is the basic definition or what you can say a rough idea about the inverse Laplace transformation. So we'll just move. Now, as we are somewhat familiar with inverse Laplace transformation, let's start with our topic's highlight, which is ordinary differential equation. For this session, we will just call it ODE. According to the statement, ODE can be described as a differential equation containing one or more functions of one independent variable and the derivatives of those functions. This means an ordinary differential equation is an equation that involves some ordinary derivatives as opposed to the partial derivatives of a function. General equation of ODE is given by dnu divided by dt raised to n plus dn minus 1u divided by dt raised to n minus 1 plus dtu divided by dt square plus du by dt equals to 0. If you know this equation, then thumbs up from me. But if you don't know or not able to remember, don't worry. We are here to learn. You will get a clear understanding about this equation with couple of examples further in this tutorial. In applications, the function generally represents physical quantities while the derivatives represent the rate of change. Thus, the differential equation defines a relationship between two. Now, before solving the real life problems based on ODE, we will look at its application. So, application of ODE will be explained in detail by my fellow team member Abhishek Patra. So, I hereby give this switch mic with Abhishek Patra.
Thank you, Kush. A very good afternoon to respected Dr. Trina Trivedi and my fellow classmate. I am Abhishek Patra, roll number 90, a student of SE in the Computer Engineering Department. I will add some point in ODE and then move on with its application. First order differential equation basically related an x value, a y value, and a gradient y dash at the point x comma y. As there are three variables, as it is impossible to represent the solution to a DE in a 2D form. The study of differential equation is a wide field in pure and applied mathematics, physics, and engineering. All of these disciplines are concerned with the properties of differential equations of various types. Pure mathematics focus on the extensions and uniqueness of the solution, while applied mathematics emphasizes the rigorous justification of the method for approximating solution. Differential equations play an important role in modeling virtually every physical, technical, or biological process, from celestial motion to bridge design to interactive between neurons. Differential equations such as these used to solve real-life problems may not necessarily be directly solved, that is, do not have closed form solution. Instead, solution can be approximated using numerical method. Many fundamental laws of physics and chemistry can be formulated as differential equation. In biology and economics, differential equations are used to model the behavior of complex systems. Application of differential equation in medicines for modeling cancer growth or spread of disease. In economics, to find optimum investment strategies. In chemistry, to determine rate of reaction, law of mass action, etc. for various reactions. Thermodynamics equations are present in differential form to detect transfer of heat, conduction of heat, etc. du equal to dq plus dw, where u is the internal energy of the system, q is the heat flow of the system, and w is the work of the system. In the field of mechanics, Newton's second law of motion used the differential equations to describe the motion of the body. As an example to the Newton law of motion, we can consider the determination of the velocity of the ball falling through the air, considering only gravity and air resistance. The ball acceleration toward the ground is the acceleration due to gravity minus the deceleration due to air resistance. Gravity is considered constant, and air may be modeled as proportional to the ball's velocity. This means that the ball's accelerations, which is the derivative of the velocity, depend on the velocity on the time. Finding the velocity as the function of the time involve, involves solving a differential equation and verifying its validity. Elasticity. When a force is applied on a body, the body changes its shape temporarily and regains its original shape and size on removal of the force. This is known as elasticity. Here the rate of change of shape and force are related to each other. So we need to differential equation to define this concept mathematically. Fluids. Fluids are the substance that can flow. Fluids can change their directions through flow according to the external environment like velocity of wind, pressure, etc. Hence, to describe and predict the directions of the flow of the fluid, the differential equations are used. Use estimations. To design the population growth estimation model. Further part of the application will be explained by my friend Gaurav Pandey. I will now switch mic with Gaurav.
Thank you, Abhishek. A very good afternoon to my fellow classmate and respected ma'am. I am Gaurav Pandey, roll number 77, a second year student from Comms department. Now, I am gonna speak about the further application of Laplace transformation. Biology. Biology is the natural science that study life and living organisms, including their physical structure, chemical process, molecular interaction, psychological mechanism, and development and evolution. And the Laplace transformation are used to determine the growth of bacteria. Electronics. The Laplace transformation actually gains its popularity from its use in analyzing electric circuits due to Oliver Heaviside, an electrical engineer. By using Laplace transformation, we can analyze an electrical circuit to discover its current, its maximum capacity, and figure out if anything is wrong with the circuit. Avionics. Avionics are the electronic system is used in aircraft, artificial satellites, and spacecraft. It is used to determine the trajectory of satellite and stability of airbound plane, etc. Avionics system include communication, navigation, and display and management of multiple systems. Process control. Laplace transformation is used for process control. It helps to analyze the variable which when altered produce desired manipulation in the result. Nuclear physics. In order to get the true form of radioactive decay, a Laplace transformation is used. It makes it easy to study the analytic part of nuclear physics. Next, data mining. Data mining is the process of pattern in large datasets involving method at the interaction of machine learning, statistic, and database system, where the Laplace equation is used to determine the prediction and to analyze the step of knowledge in databases. Signal processing. Signal processing is an electrical engineering subfield that's focused on analyzing, modifying, and synthesizing signal, such as sound, images, and scientific measurement. Laplace transformation is heavily used signal processing. Using Laplace or Fourier transformation, we can study a signal in frequency domain. Humanity. It is also used in design disease growth estimation model, like a corona, which is very helpful to predict the spread of disease in future. Integrated circuit. Laplace transformation helps to find out the current and some criteria for analyzing the circuit. It is used to build required ICs and chips for the system. So it plays a vital role in the field of computer science. Impulse. An impulse is the effect of a force that acts over a very short time interval. A lightning strike creates an electrical impulse. Engineering and physicists use the Laplace transformation to model impulse. Next. Along with all this application, there are many more applications of ODEs, which cannot be mentioned in a single presentation. Thus, it's seen that ODE has numerous applications in our day-to-day life. Hence, it becomes necessary to solve various ODE. Now, I would like to request my fellow teammate Dakshata to continue further. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. A very good afternoon to respected Tina ma'am and my fellow classmates. I am Dakshata Sanjay Nalawde, roll number 67, a student of second year of engineering in the Computer Engineering Department of Universal College of Engineering. I will try to provide a walkthrough through the formulae and steps required to solve an ordinary differential equation using Laplace transformation. Also, I will explain briefly what initial and boundary value problems mean. In the previous semester, we have solved various ordinary differential equations like homogeneous and non-homogeneous differential equations, linear differential equations, exact differential equations, equations reducible to exact differential equations, etc. using various methods. Now we will be learning how to solve ordinary differential equations using Laplace transformation. Now the question which should arise in our minds is that why use Laplace transform if other methods can be used? This is because by using Laplace transforms, the particular solution of a differential equation is obtained directly without us having to undergo the hassle of finding out the general solution and the constants. Thus, by using Laplace transformation, the amount of time required for solving differential equations is less. Now that we have understood the definition, applications, and significance of ordinary differential equations, it is about time that we start looking into how to solve them using Laplace transformation. The first step to do so is by understanding the formulae required. The main formula required for solving ordinary differential equations using Laplace transforms is the formula for Laplace transforms of derivatives. The formula for Laplace transforms of derivatives is given as Laplace of dy by dx is given as s into Laplace of y minus y of 0. The Laplace of d2y upon dx square is given as s square into Laplace of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0. The Laplace of d3y upon dx cube is given as s cube into Laplace of y minus s square into y of 0 minus s into y dash of 0 minus y double dash of 0. Thus, we can see that the formula is generalized to Laplace of dny upon dxn is given as s raised to n into Laplace of y minus s raised to n minus 1 into y of 0 minus s raised to n minus 2 into y dash of 0 till we reach minus y raised to n minus 1 dash of 0. Next, we will move on to how to solve the differential equations. First, we take Laplace transform on both sides of the given equation. Example, if we have an equation such as d square y plus dy equal to 1, then we will take Laplace transform as Laplace of d square y plus Laplace of dy equal to Laplace of 1. Then by using the Laplace transform of derivatives formula mentioned previously, we compute the necessary derivatives. For previous example, that is Laplace of d square y plus Laplace of dy equal to Laplace of 1, we will compute the Laplace of double derivative of y. Next, we will plug in the initial or boundary value conditions given and solve further till we obtain a value for Laplace of y. Next, we will take Laplace inverse of y. And then lastly, we will solve further to obtain value of y. To understand these steps better, we will take up a few sums. But before that, we need to know something about initial and boundary value problems. Next slide, please. As the name suggests, an initial value problem consists of an independent variable which has the condition specified at its same value. Note that this value is the initial value of the variable. For example, in the given example, the values of x and x dash are both specified at 0. An initial value problem has only one unique solution. In a boundary value problem, the equation conditions are specified at different points, precisely the boundary points. In the given example, the values of x and x dash are specified at different values, that is 0 and pi by 2. A boundary value problem may have more than one solution. Now that we have covered the essential points that need to be understood to solve ordinary differential equations using Laplace transforms, we can start with the actual problem solving. For this, I would request my fellow teammate Isha to continue further. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakshita. A very good afternoon to respected Tina ma'am and my fellow classmates. I am Isha Panchal, roll number 71, going to take further part of the presentation. As we have seen and understood the importance of differential equation, we will now see some examples related to solving differential equations using Laplace and inverse Laplace transformation. Our first question is on initial value problem. The question is, solve the differential equation d2y upon dx square plus 2 times dy by dx minus 3y equals to 0 with the boundary conditions as y of 0 equals to 0, y dash of 0 equals to 4. The solution goes as, first we take Laplace on both sides of the given differential equation. On the right hand side, as we have 0, that is a constant, and the Laplace of a constant is constant into 1 by s. So we get it as 0. Change slide. Now using the formula of Laplace transformation of derivatives, we get s square into Laplace of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0 plus 2 times s into Laplace of y minus y of 0 minus 3 times Laplace of y equals to 0. Now taking Laplace of y common, we get s squared plus 2s minus 3 into Laplace of y minus 0s minus 4. Minus 0 and minus 4 we received from y of 0 equals to 0 and y dash of 0 equals to 4. Keeping Laplace of y on the left hand side and shifting everything else on the right hand side, we get Laplace of y is 4 upon s squared plus 2s minus 3. Now taking inverse Laplace, we get y is Laplace inverse of 4 upon s squared plus 2s minus 3. Solving the denominator by the method of complete square, we get y is Laplace inverse of 4 upon s squared plus 2s minus 2s plus 1 minus 4. So we get y is Laplace inverse of 4 upon s plus 1 the whole square minus 4. Taking 2 common, we get y is 2 times Laplace inverse of 2 upon s plus 1 the whole square minus 4, which is in the standard format of sine hyperbolic at along with the first shifting property. So we get the answer as y is 2 times e raised to minus x sine hyperbolic 2x. Moving further, we will now solve a question on boundary value problem. And the question is, solve the differential equation d square y plus 9y equals to 18t with the boundary condition as y of 0 equals to 0 and y of pi by 2 equals to 0 using Laplace transform. So as we did earlier, we will take Laplace on both sides of the given differential equation and we will get it as Laplace of y double dash plus 9 times Laplace of y is 18 times Laplace of t. Now using the formula of Laplace transform of derivative, we get s square Laplace of y minus s into y of 0 plus 9 minus y dash of 0 plus 9 into Laplace of y is 18 times Laplace of t. Next slide. S square into Laplace of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0 plus 9 into Laplace of y equals to 18 Laplace of t. This is the equation which we obtained in the previous slide. Now, taking Laplace of y common, we get s square plus 9 into Laplace of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0 equals to 18 Laplace of t. Now, substituting the value of y of 0 equals to 0, we get the equation as s square plus 9 into Laplace of y minus 0 minus y dash of 0 equals to 18 into Laplace of t. Now, in this problem, we do not have the value of y dash of 0, so we assume it to be a. So the equation, and we take the Laplace of t. So we get the equation as s square plus 9 into Laplace of y is 18 into 1 upon s square plus 8. Now taking s square plus 9 on the other side, we get Laplace of y is 18 upon s square into s square plus 9 plus a upon s square plus 9. Now, in the first term, in the numerator, we add and subtract 2s square to get s square plus 9. So the equation is Laplace of y is 18 minus 2s square plus 2s square upon s square into s square plus 9 plus a upon s square plus 9. Next slide. So now taking s square plus 9 common and splitting the terms, we get Laplace of y is 2 times of 1 upon s square minus 1 upon s square plus 9 in plus a upon s square plus 9. Now taking s square plus 9 from the denominator common, we get Laplace of y is 2 upon s square plus a minus 2 upon s square plus 9. Now taking inverse Laplace, we get y is 2 times Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus a minus 2 is constant, so we take it outside and we get a minus 2 into Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 9. Taking, now these are the standard formulas, so we get the equation as y is 2t plus a minus 2 upon 3 into sine 3t. Now since in the question we have given that y of pi by 2 equals to 0, we substitute t equals to pi by 2. So we get y of pi by 2 is 2 times pi by 2 plus a minus 2 upon 3 into sine 3 pi by 2. Solving the equation further, we get 0 is pi minus a minus 2 by 3. Therefore, 0 is 3 pi minus a plus 2. Therefore, we get a equals to 3 pi plus 2. Now, substituting back in the given equation, we get the equation as y is 2t plus pi into sine 3t. So, this is how we solve the differential equation with the boundary condition. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone.